Time now to talk green, and we've got something that's shining a globe over my head. Cara Walker, we're talking green. What are we talking about today, Cara? Welcome back.
I wonder. Hello, Fred. How are you going?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
I was a bit sad about these because, you know, like we're all being told to buy these recycling. They're not recycled. What are they? Power-saving
They are
globes?
energy-saving light globes, so the CFLs. And there is so much marketing on these. It's crazy. They're everywhere. Everyone talks about how. I mean, they're meant to be.
What's good about them?
They're meant to be 80% more efficient and last 8 years longer. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
And
I think that makes sense.
Do they last longer?
I haven't actually tested one, to be honest, for 8 years.
I use one in a globe in my in a lamp in my room,
Yep.
and I have to say that it has lasted me 2 or 3 years.
It has lasted a while.
Cost me about $4,000 for the globe. But it's
They are more
isn't it
expensive.
ironic?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the websites and things, they have, a way up of how you have an extra outlay and then they save money through the bills over time and la la la. So, but that thing aside is what I want to talk about. The fact that these have been so well marketed on their energy efficiency, but it hasn't been promoted on how hazardous they are, because inside of each one of these little guys is mercury.
And that's pretty scary.
Mercury is a highly toxic metal for humans. Okay, so we hear about mercury poisoning in fishes in the ocean and all this sort of stuff, you know, young children, pregnant mamas. We have to stay away from it. And yet we've been told to put these in our homes in every single room. Okay, so they have about 5 milligrams in there, which is about the tip of a ballpoint pen.
Yep.
So you think, oh, it's not much, doesn't really matter. But again, just think, each room in your house plus every house on your street. How many in Perth?
20 of these in your
Exactly.
house.
Okay, so there's 2 things we need to cover is correct disposal of them, first of all. Generally, we just throw things in the bin.
Well, you know what I was going to think of doing it? If you're really smart, throw it into your next door neighbour's bin. That way it won't affect you.
Do you not like your neighbour? What's going on?
I like myself better than I like them. But it is hard, because we had an expert we were talking to a few months ago. You did an interview with a guy who was telling us that in England, because he's from England, they have to use them as landfill, and it takes like months for them to disappear. And they've got to dispose of them really carefully.
They do. It is. It's a household hazardous waste, and it needs to be treated as this. Even if you put it really gently into your bin, big truck comes along, throws it into the back, you know, it's going to smash. And just think of all those light globes going to landfill, it's polluting the environment. And that's what it's coming into, a long-term effect. If we're not putting these into the household hazardous waste areas, we're eventually having a long-term problem of mercury.
Does Australia have a plan? Do we have a plan
so what you need to do is you actually need to contact your local council about what is the plan in your area. And this is what I think is a bit funny. All the marketing that's done on get these in your homes, but what kind of marketing is done on and promotion is we should have every library, every school, every shopping centre as a drop-off point. I know in my local council there's one area that takes me about maybe 15 minutes out of my way to get there, but that's too hard. Do you know, people, you know, we're lazy.
We need
something
easy way, like shopping centres, I reckon.
Exactly, they should be everywhere and it should be promoted, but that's my personal point of view. But what I think is, first of all, just recognise that this is a toxic waste, put it aside, have a little box of all your little blown light bulbs. In about 8 years they're all going to blow at the same time. We probably got them at the same time, okay? And then you're going to have to take it down to your local council or your local council waste. Yeah, and as I said, treat it as a household hazardous waste. It has to be kept away from children. Next thing, what happens? We're clumsy. I'm clumsy. We break them. What do we do? Okay, this mercury has escaped into the environment. First thing, open up your window and evacuate. People don't realise this. You need to get out of the room. You need to get everyone out of the room, including your pets as well. We had a little Misty on before. Get Misty out of there for 15 minutes. Clear that room.
So for one of these breaks, you need to leave the house for 15 minutes.
First thing, open up the window, close off that area and evacuate that room for 15 minutes. Okay? Turn off if you've got central heating or air conditioning, you have to switch that off. Next up, you need to have a kit in your home with gloves. Some people say even a mask, a sealable container and wet ones or wet paper towel. Do not vacuum. This is the thing, you are polluting your vacuum cleaner and you're polluting, it's going to put the air up. Then what you need to do, go in there with your mask on, your gloves, use your paper towel to clean up all the little bits and pieces, then seal it up in a container. Then you take that container with the gloves, the mask, the paper towel, all those bits to the household hazardous waste.
Wow, this is becoming a bit... Or you can just do what I do, just use the normal globes that waste a lot more power, but you just throw them straight into the bin. It is
But isn't this insane? This is actually recommended, and this is what has been put across to the government websites. But who knows this? No one knows it. It is a toxic waste that needs to be treated like it is a highly toxic waste for humans.
Once again, you are a bundle of information about this, and this is
spitting
not
out this
safe for pregnant women as well.
It's not safe. Keep it away.
Bad.
It's fine as it is. Don't be scared of it. When it's locked up, it's sealed. It's okay. If it breaks or you need to throw it out, this is where we need to get onto it. Yeah, I'm going to get them information up. So head to the Couch website, thecouch.com.au. Click on the segment guide, the Talking Green. You'll see me smiling there away. I might be a bit thinner. And then I'll have all the information on my website there. So again, thecouch.com.au.
Thank you very much to Cara Walker and Talking Green are very pregnant. I have to just quickly say before we go to the break, remember we're talking about buying local and Australian stuff?
Yes.
I saw Dick Smith on the TV the other day on the Breakfast Show on Channel 2 talking exactly about what stuff you were talking about.
Awesome.
It's very important. He reckons that in 6 months' time, Coles and Woolworths will be buying all their food from China and we'll be getting everything from China unless we support local. And that's how important this is. And Cara spoke about it first before Dick Smith as well on the couch.